Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Mm. Hydrate. Jericho Green here with you once again. But this time it's a little different, huh? This time it's post Christmas. We made it. You made it through another holiday season. Yes, we have New Year's coming up, but New Year's ain't shit compared to Christmas and Thanksgiving. Yes, you're going to get together, you're going to party, stay up late, drink, but it's not centered around food and family like Thanksgiving and Christmas are. So we do have one more holiday to go, but the major ones are out of the way. Whew. We did it. Holiday season 2022 is in the damn books. All right, it's over. You did it. You made it. You came through the other side. You're like a phoenix. What's going on, everyone? Shout out. Hope you all had a great Christmas. Hope you had some fun, whatever that is to you. I hope you had it. I did. Great Christmas. Kids got a bunch of cool shit. Got my wife a bunch of nice shit. She actually has two more gifts that came in today. I couldn't get them here on time. But she has two more gifts. One of them arrived here. The other one I got to go pick up. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited that she's going to be excited. And the reason I did my live today at 1 instead of 12 is because there was something I was doing for my wife. There was something she mentioned a couple times that she was dreading having to do when she got home. So I did it for her. Yes. Does that make me a great husband? Yeah, it does. Now, of course, my reasoning for doing that for her is because it's a kind thing to do. I love her. I want her not to be stressed. You know how it is when you have a project to do when you get home. Nobody likes to do that shit. So I did it for her, and because it was nice, because she's my wife. Now, can I help it that there could be some positive ramifications for me down the road? Will this kind act give me something in return? Yes. I can't help that. You know what they say? They say that nice guys finish last. Well, that's only when you're single. If you're married and you be nice to your wife, you will finish first. If you know what I mean. Huh? If you are married and you're a nice guy, you will finish first. That nice guys finish last shit, that's for single men. That's when you're trying to get a woman. All right? When you've gotten one, be nice sometimes. It'll pay off. If you are nice, you will finish first. Get it? You get it. You guys get it. You're smart. You are smart. And Ty Rizzle, you know what I mean. Don't tell me you don't know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean, Ty Rizzle. You're a pervert. But yeah, do something nice for your woman, fellas. It'll pay off in the end. I'm trying to help you out. C4 Duke, thank you. Shout out to Ms. Pepsi. Ms. Pepsi Girl, hello to you today, my darling. C4 Duke says you're beautiful. See? You see what C4 Duke did there? I gave him an alley-oop, and he dunked that shit. You think that's not going to come back to bite him in a good way? Huh? Come on, guys. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't grab it and shove its face in the water and make it drink. Is that how the saying goes? Jana Lynn, thank you for the Twompski, young lady. She says, have a blessed New Year, Jericho. You have the same, Jana Lynn. Sound like a country singer. Welcome to the stage. You know her and you love her tunes, Miss Jana Lynn. Thank you very much. I hope the same for you. Hope you have a great new year. If you partake in the drinky drink, I mean, you probably know what to do. Get some water in there, a little drink, a little water, so that way you don't wake up the next day with your head going. You don't want that. Hey, Jana Lynn from Queens, New York. Good. A little chilly out that way, huh, Jana? A little, a little chilly up in those parts in your neck of the woods. Mike Myers, happy Merry Christmas to you too. Merry New Year. It is. Yeah, I'm cool with that, gentlemen. I'll watch from a distance. Like, oh, look, New York. It's so nice when it's covered in snow. You can't see the trash and the dead rats and the homeless people. Hey, let me ask you that, Jana Lynn. Where do the homeless people go during wintertime in New York City? They don't just disappear. Do they give them tickets to go somewhere else? Do they take them in somewhere? And if they do take them somewhere, then why don't they take them there the rest of the year? She says Penn Station. So Penn Station just becomes a homeless hotel. Scott, five-star hotels. Yes, they were doing that. They were doing that with the illegals too. There will honestly be some situations where the homeless people won't have a place to stay in those five-star hotels because they gave them to illegals. I did a story on that the other day where it was in Times Square. Like you're standing in Times Square, look up, there's a hotel. That's where those people are staying. And if you're from New York, you know better than me that a hotel room in Times Square is going to be expensive. Am I out on a limb too far on that one? Huh? Ty Rizzo, I play only Lenny Kravitz on Kwanzaa. Lenny Kravitz. What is that, Velvet? Yeah, Kwanzaa's fucking. I mean, I know people that celebrate Kwanzaa, but it's whatever. But when the president and his wife orderly are it was just like, what are you doing, man? There's a baby-sized handful of people that celebrate Kwanzaa in America. And to be honest, it was started by a convicted felon for kidnapping and sexual assault. So I don't really want to celebrate something that was started by a fucking criminal. And does what I'm gonna say, I'm about to say, sound stupid? Probably, but I don't give a fuck. But just something about a religion that was started soon before I was born that I'm just like, I don't know. Because you got Scientology that was started by L. Ron Hubbard, and he used to write stories and shit for Reader's Digest. So, and that was when did Scientology start, in the 70s, something like that? Here, fuck, I'm not gonna look it up. Let's communicate. Remember that? Remember, guys? Remember when we used to have to talk to each other to learn shit? So you got Scientology that was started by some L. Ron Hubbard like not too long ago. And then RJJ says it's Scientology for black folks. And then you have Kwanzaa that was started maybe in the 70s or in the early 80s. It was started by some dude like Southern California who was convicted for kidnapping this chick and torturing her and shit. So I don't know. Now, people have their opinions about the major organized religions. Christianity, is my girlfriend, Christianity, Judaism, Catholicism, and Islam. But those are started like a long time ago. Now, is it possible? I'm not shitting on anybody's religion here, but is it possible that people felt the same way at that time when those religions came about? It's possible, but I'm just not believing that shit. And the dude's a convicted felon. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. And you can say, oh, we all learn. Yeah, I'm going to say he sold drugs or he stole TVs and shit. He kidnapped a woman and tortured her. That's not something you grow out of. That's not something that, oh, I went through my little kidnapping and torture phase, but I'm good now. Please. But the resident of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and his orderly wife, they got on TV and had a special Kwanzaa message. And we're going to hear it. Don't worry. That's why the title of it is Happy Kwanzaa, the Bidens, because they said it live in front of a functioning camera and a hot mic. They still let that stupid shit fall out of the hole under their nose, and they're good at it. When you do something almost every day, you're going to get good at it. J954, thank you. I bought 3 supers. YouTube blocked them all. JG, check, please. I will. I'll check. I always go back and scan so I don't miss any of them. Jana Lynn's from Queens, New York, was the last one. J954. Again, thank you. C4 Duke, 9 or 45 for concealed carry. What about you, JG? I definitely go 45. But shooting a 45 compact is tough. Number one, you don't have enough grip. For me, I'm speaking for me. If guys with smaller hands, if you got those Burger King hands, remember when Burger King had that ad campaign where dude had tiny hands? So if you have smaller hands, then yeah, a 45 compact would be great. But from my experience, they're just not enough handle. Then you get the mag extension, so it gives you a little extra handle, but still that's not enough, especially for a round like a 45. Now, it's not gonna jump out of your hand. It's not like a 12 gauge, but it does have some kick. It's a serious fucking round, so you want to have as much control as possible. Now, would I conceal carry my Glock 21, which is a 45? Hell yeah, I would, especially now in the winter, carrying a big coat or you're wearing a big coat. Yeah, but for the warmer times, we're just going to wear a t-shirt. I wouldn't mind carrying the 17 or maybe getting a Glock 26, which is a compact 9mm. I just like the feel of a full-size gun better than a compact. But I mean, shit, for concealed carry, yeah, those are good. So in a perfect world, I'd say 45, but in reality, I can still carry a 9mm. The Glock 29, that's a 10mm, and I can still carry a 10mm too. But that's a serious one also. So you also need to get something. I like something with a little more grip to it. That's just me. And no matter what I get, I would put a Hogue Hogue a Hogue grip on it. I got Hogue grips on both of them, both of my Glocks, and I love it. Love it. And it's not like they were hard to shoot without them. But having that Hogue grip is just better. Gives you a little more to hold on to. Takes away, some of the what would you say? The kick. So I like it. I like it a lot. And I see Spunbang 65 says a Glock 20. So is that like a full size 10mm? I'm down for that. But as long as it has enough grip, I'll go with a bigger caliber. Because I mean, it could still carry. You have it to protect yourself. So the bigger bigger round, the better. Less rounds you have to use. More damage it's going to do in one shot. Florida Critic. I was going to say, I saw your comment before your name. It says, I carry a Gen 5 Glock 19 as my concealed carry. But I was going to say, you're not from California because you got a Gen 5. Gen 5, you're only allowed, I think, Gen 3. I don't think you're allowed. I know you're not allowed Gen 5, but I don't think Gen 4 either. So Gen 3 in California, but no Gen 4 or 5. I don't know why. That's stupid. Carry whatever the fuck you want. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Because as far as I can tell, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Yeah, Florida Critic, that is crazy. But this is California. So as far as looking at the gun, the only difference is the Gen 4 and 5. So on a Glock, I happen to have my 21 right here. You can see on the back those stripes right here. Hold on. Do my Vanna White impression. You see stripes right here? They don't have them in the front, but in Gen 5, they're in the front and the back. And it's a little more of a, this one's kind of, it has sharp edges. It's more of a rounded edge as far as the design. Now, as far as how it shoots, I don't know. I've never looked it up. I figure I live in California. I can't have it anyway. Fuck it. Why look at it? Look it up. But the Gen 5 does look different. Is that why? It looks too cool? I don't fucking get it. Whatever. Oh, here comes Aaron M. Austrian junk. Get the fuck out of here. I took my Glock 17 to what was it, the front sight school last year, put almost 1,000 rounds through it. No problem at all. Glock 21. I didn't use it the whole time. I used it for a whole day there. So a couple hundred rounds through it at one time, and I've taken it to the range. I don't know how many times I have been out on BLM land shooting. I don't know how many times. Never had any problems whatsoever. So you're going to be tough to convince me that it's Austrian junk. What do you shoot, Aaron M? And this better be good if you're going to come out talking shit. Let's see. I'll wait. Oh, Smith & Wesson, made in the USA. Well, yeah, Smith & Wesson's a great brand, but so is Glock. And I believe Glock has a factory in Georgia. So you have your opinions. I have mine. I'm a Glock guy through and fucking through until they misfire, until they break down or something happens. I'm totally happy with a Glock. They're awesome guns. I recommend them for anyone. J954, thank you again. JG, is that a surefire weapon light or on your Glock? It's an O light. Love it, and you can adjust it on the little railing here, so you can bring it back closer to your finger. So I just pick it up, hit that light, boom, just like that. Or you can move it out, in, where I love it. O light on my Austrian garbage. Glocks are fucking great. I think the next one I want to get is either a 10 mil, a Glock 29, or a Glock 34. 34 is longer, but I just like the way it looks. The longer barrel, way more accurate. My range buddy at Front Sight, shout out to Billy. Billy! He had a Glock 34, and it was nice, real nice. Mental Medalist wife. Colt 1911, 9 mil, 10 mil, and 45. Yeah, the Colt's beautiful. Love that 1911. Classic. I'll get a 1911. I want a Kimber. You just got anything you're into, cars, guns, whatever. You have those brands that are just respected across the board, that you just have respect for. You might not even use it, whatever that brand is, but you might get it just out of respect. And 1911, yeah, come on. That's if you don't know 1911, then you don't know shit. 1911s are great. Guy writes says, I miss my Glock 23. Get another one. That's the beauty of guns. You can buy more and more and more. Get another. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's some anti-Trumpness. Aaron M says, we are fighting for the gay community. We are fighting and fighting hard. Hold on. Jumped on me. We are fighting and fighting hard. Donald Trump, December 16th, 2022, at his Mar-a-Lago Spirit of Lincoln Gala to celebrate Biden's new LGBT marriage laws. What was I supposed to get from that? Is Trump the same as Biden now? Am I supposed to not like Trump because he was fighting for gay rights? I don't know why you tend to think myself, or I don't know, maybe some people here are, but I'm not a diehard blind Trump follower. And what did he mean by fighting hard for them? I don't remember him lighting up the White House in rainbow colors. I don't remember that bullshit. So whatever. like I've said before, I don't agree with a lot of things Trump did. And fighting for gay rights, what does that mean? I don't think gay rights need to be fought for anymore. I think they got it. And I'll throw women's rights in there as well, and civil rights. I think everybody in this country has enough rights. Can we take a rights timeout? Can we hit time on that? Time out. Remember, you're playing in the street. Here comes a car. Time out. Remember Wayne's World when they were playing playing hockey in the street, and when the car went by, they go, "Game on!" Right? Do we need a timeout? I think we do. I think we need a rights timeout. We're done. We are finished with rights. I don't care who you are. Everybody has enough rights. Ladies, men, coloreds, COLERTS, coloreds. Coloreds have enough. The dadgum alphabet soup group and the Ku Klux Klans, they all have enough rights. What we need to do, instead of giving people more rights and making more rights, what we need to, Elizabeth Rodriguez, no, senora. It's not a laser, it's an Olight. When you turn on, you go, oh. But what we need to do, instead of giving people more rights, we need to take the rights, and same thing, we can do the same thing with laws. We don't need any more laws. What we need to do is focus on the laws that we already have. Okay? So when it comes to rights, instead of giving more and creating more rights for all these people and all these microscopic groups that contribute nothing to society, what we need to do is take the rights that we have and magnify those. Go back to the rights we already have, and let's concentrate on those, like all of our rights. You know, the pesky Second Amendment rights, since we're talking about guns, that whole shall not be infringed part. Okay, we're trying to make new rights, and we can't even get the old rights right. Right? Shall not be infringed. So that means federal government, state government, local government. Fuck off. Okay? First Amendment, freedom of speech. That laws, that right has been for hundreds of years. Still can't get it right. Right? Can't say this, don't say that, disinformation, blah, blah, blah. So instead of creating new ones, let's get the ones we have right first. Stop telling me what to do. Stop telling me what I can say, and stop telling me what I can carry. If I say something that people don't like, they'll let me know. If I do something wrong with my firearm, the police will let me know. If I shoot somebody I'm not supposed to shoot, or I do something wrong with my gun, there are people to let me know. But until I do, don't tell me shit. Okay? Don't tell me shit. I got this. I'm grown fully. I stopped growing a long time ago. I'm all done. I did the 18 years under my parents' roof thing. I did that. So I got the rules and regulations, and okay, got to wake up, got to treat people like this, got to do that. I got all that shit. I did my 18. I did my 18-year stretch under my parents' roof. Now I'm doing this grown-up thing, this adult thing, and I don't need your fucking help, federal government. Now, federal government, if you weren't inept and terrible, horrible at your job, I mean, just atrocious. If you were good at your job, I might say, hey, you're good at what you do. I'm listening, but you suck. So you can't tell me shit. That's right, John. Oh, freedom of assembly and association too. That's right. When we had the sweet and sour sniffles bullshit, ascend upon us, blanket our country in that and that web of lies and deception and power grabs. They were telling you, you can't get together with these people. Now, you can go over here in the street, you can destroy, and you can fuck around, and you can wear ashless chaps and dock with each other in the middle of the street, but you can't get together with the church groups. You can't go to a funeral. My stepdad died during that bullshit, and the funeral was limited to 10 people. 10 people. So when they pulled that shit, you're trampling on our rights, the right to peacefully assemble. Now, you can go ahead and tell us, hey, guys, we wouldn't recommend that. You should wear this, maybe get a little of that poked in you. But hey, that's up to you. If you went about it that way, no problem. But you can stop making new rights. You can stop making new ones. Okay? Pump the brakes on new ones. Let's get the ones we have right. Let's concentrate on that. Let's concentrate on the fundamentals. But, you know, that's just me talking crazy. Don't listen to me. I'm just talking crazy. So, happy Kwanzaa, everybody. Also, Pence for president. He put his hat in the ring, threw his hat in the ring to run for president in 2024. How's that going to work out? How far do you think he's going to go? I think, well, first of all, we all know it's not going to go that far. Because if it gets to that point, it would be Pence against Trump. Now, that could be a problem because it depends on which Republicans show up. Well, it depends if the Republicans show up or the rhinos show up. If the rhinos show up, then that could present problems for Trump if enough rhinos show up. But if they decide to be Republicans that day, then Pence ain't going to make it. And he might not even get that far. He might not get to the point where it's him versus Trump for the nomination. I'm just saying it depends on who we're dealing with. If we're dealing with Republicans or if they turn into rhinos for the day, or if the rhinos come out. Charles Turner Jr., I agree. I don't think he'll go that far. He really stepped in it when he did when he took his stance on January 6th. And when he took his stance on the election being certified and all that stuff, he really stepped in it with Trump supporters. Because you don't need to be some diehard psychopath who's blindly following him off a cliff like a little lemming to know that January 6th and the 2020 election had serious bullshit involved. So, Charles Barker, penis wasn't even qualified for VP. I think Charles is meant to say Pence, not penis. Close word, Pence, penis. But I think he meant Pence. No, I don't think so. But no, Pence isn't going to go that far. And you can tell because it didn't make that big of a splash when he announced it. The other day, people were mad at Trump because, we were waiting for this and that, and all you told us was about your NTFs. Look how people were acting when Trump had an announcement to make, and it wasn't politically related. There was bigger buzz about his NTFs coming out when we didn't know what the announcement was going to be than Pence saying, I'm running for president 2024. So it didn't even make that big of a splash, which means people don't give a shit already. They already don't give a shit about your campaign, and it hasn't even happened yet. Edward X. Winston, exactly. Yawn, ... Pence running. That's exactly right. Fucking yawn. Nobody cares. Michael. J954, thank you again. I'm asking because I don't know. If the January 6th committee finds Trump guilty of insurrection, then will Trump still be nominated for the GOP? We might need DeSantis. I don't know the exact answer to that either. But how much weight does that carry? And are they going, because so far they're just saying, well, he should be charged. He should be. We should charge him. Well, should don't mean shit. Should doesn't carry any weight in the legal system. We should do a lot of things, and a lot of people should be charged and should be convicted, but should has no place here. So if they find, and if it's left up to them, of course they'll find him guilty. They found him guilty before they got together. The January 6th committee found Trump guilty before they were even assembled, because everybody on that committee already thinks he's guilty. Benny Johnson, you got Benny Johnson up there and Liz Cheney sitting next to him. She's already come out multiple times saying that her only purpose in life is to remove Trump from politics and keep him from the White House. So how are you supposed to be non-biased when you've come out multiple times saying that I've already made up my mind about these hearings? That you can't, how the fuck are you going to do that? You already know he's guilty. If you already think he's guilty, then you're just going through the motions. You're just going through the motions of this hearing, and you've already made up your mind. So, fuck these people. Can they, if they do find him guilty, what are they going to do? How much power do they have? How much weight does the January 6th committee hold? Do they have judicial powers, or do they just say, well, this is what we found, and we're going to hand it over to the House or the Senate, and they're going to do something? They have the teeth. I don't know. Leonard S., thank you. Will Ray Epps ever testify under oath? If he's called to by Trump's side, yes. Will the committee ever call him to testify? No. And if they do, you better know that they've guaranteed a way for him not to actually have to. Or there's a way for him to decline it or something. But I don't see them ever trying to get that full on the stand. And if he does, it'll be a bunch of fucking lies. Unless he wants to get Epstein. That could happen. You know how I know it could happen? Because it already happened. So that's how we know. Aaron M. Trump, Biden, 2024. It's all the fucking same. I don't think so. I know that whole different wing, same bird thing. But to say that Trump is the same as Biden, and I'm not just talking like physically or verbally, and to think that Trump is going to push the things that Biden's pushing, I don't think so. So I don't know how they're the same, being that they're polar opposites on all the major issues. The economy, the border. Just take the economy and the border. They're polar opposites. So how is it the same thing? Biden doesn't want to build a wall. Trump does. Trump he's already laid out his plan for the border. He's already has laid out his plan for the economy if he gets back in office. So I don't see how that's the same. If you're making some kind of, the Rothschilds and all that shit behind the scenes and they're all connected, then whatever. But I just, I don't see the same. And he said, Aaron M. says, Trump signed an executive order in 2019. Hold on. In 2019, enacted the rollout of the modern vaccines, aka Myrna. That's cool. That's one thing, to have these things available and suggest them to people and produce these things. But the difference between Trump and Biden is Trump leaves it up to you whether you want to do it or not. Biden mandates it. Trump says, this is what I think. I got it. You should get it too. And that's fine. I don't give a shit what Trump puts in his body. I don't care. But don't make it so I have to. Don't make it so I have to. That's the thing. That I don't like. Trump wants to stick himself with all kinds of shit. Cool. That's Trump's arm. Put in it what you will. But no. And hold on. He says Trump signed the executive order that gave Fauci the power to shut the country down, and gave us Operation Warp Speed. Fauci, was he given too much power? Yep. Should the economy have been shut down? Hell no. But it would be willful ignorance for you not to recognize that Trump was under unique pressure. We had never been in a situation like this before, and he was getting pressure from all sides, even his own, so to speak, to put the vaccine out. He had to put the vaccine out. As far as giving Fauci the power to do it, that shouldn't have been done. Did Trump give him that power? I don't know exactly. I haven't read that thing, and maybe you know more about it than I do. But to have it available is one thing. To force people to take it, whether they want to or not, is another. And those two things, they are not the same on. Careless. Yeah, everybody's Monday morning quarterbacking now. Well, we have the benefit of hindsight. So whatever. But if given a choice, come on, man. Even you would have to pick Trump over fucking Biden, man. Come on. Come on. Wetworks 57. Those people lied to Trump, and his mistake was trusting him. For sure. I've said this before. I think day one, Trump should have walked in, got everybody in there, everybody in his cabinet, everybody in the White House. If you work in or for the White House, if you were part of the Obama administration, the Freudian slip, the Obama administration, yes, Obama bombed the shit out of people. They don't want to talk about that. Get everybody in here. If you worked under the Obama administration, I have 3 words for you, and it's not "I love you." You are fired. When he came into office, I kept waiting for him to fire everybody. I kept waiting for the news, breaking news. President Trump fires everybody who worked for Obama. I kept waiting for that. I kept waiting for him to do that, and I wish he would have. And I don't know why he didn't. Maybe one of the times he should have listened to himself, he didn't. I don't know what the fuck happened. But I wish he would have done that, because you can't trust those fucking people. Spunbring 65, thank you for the Hamilton. Been watching Cat Turd humiliate Kissinger. I don't know. Aaron M says, you guys will see Trump deceived you. Okay. And if he does, we'll deal with it. But until we see it, we can't deal with something we haven't seen. Maybe your third eye is clearer than ours, Aaron M. But if that happens, we'll talk about it. Chip the Trip, why does JG do lives during work hours? I'll tell you, Chip. It's called analytics, man. So I went, or you can go into, if you have a YouTube channel, you can go in and look at the analytics, and you can look at who watches you most as far as demographic, race, and you can also look at where most of your views come from. And when deciding, because when I first started doing lives, I've been doing them almost a year. When I first started, I did it in the evening. I did it at 6 o'clock in the evening, West Coast time, which would put it at 9 p.m. East Coast time. And most of my views were coming from the East Coast. So it was basically a business decision. If the bulk of my views are coming from this area, then it would behoove me to cater my times and stuff around where the most business is coming from, and it's the East Coast. So I put it on. I've been doing it noon recently because there's some family things going on, so I had to move my time. But those will be ending soon, so I'll go back to 1 p.m. But it's 1 p.m. West Coast time, so it's 4 p.m. East Coast. People get off of work. You got the commute. It's same when I was in radio. When people are commuting in the morning and in the evening, that's when you want to have your hits. That's when you want your best performance and your tickets to the hottest shows, the best songs, the countdowns, and all that kind of stuff. That's when you want it, because that's when you have your captive audience. They're in the bathroom getting ready. They're out the house, but that radio's on. If you're in your car, boom, you're in your car. So that's when you want to hear the hits. That's when you want to hear your jam. So most of my views are coming from the East Coast. That's who I got to cater to. East Coast business. Oh, sweet Dick Malone. Don't say that. It says only the East Coast matters. All caps. No, not at all. But that's what I got. It's what I got to do. Teo Mestis, JG, what's your take on child vaccinations? I imagine you're talking about the sweet and sour sniffles. I don't think kids should have it. My kids won't have it, but I know people whose kids do have it. It goes back to hey, that's what you want to do. This is what I want to do. And really, I think we could probably revisit some of the old ones. I mean, if we stop giving kids a polio vaccine, is polio going to come back? I don't know. But as far as the sweet and sour sniffles, nah, man, I don't like the way that was rushed out. How sweet and sour sniffles came about? No. As far as that particular vaccine, that ain't going to happen. Not in the greenhouse. Aaron M, get your booster. Per quotation marks, Trump. Yeah, I know. Trump can say go out and smoke crack butt naked in the park. That doesn't mean I'm going to do it. That's the thing. Have it available. I'll decide if I want it. Mandating it, that's where you cross the line. So, yeah, Trump can say whatever the fuck he wants. That doesn't mean I'm going to do it. Joyce Decker, East Coast is real time. No, it's not. Don't say that. Yeah, C-Mo113 said, let's talk about them heart attacks and sudden deaths from 20-year-olds. Yeah, man, celebrities dropping dead and shit. People dropping dead, having all these issues, like can't walk, can't see, like all kinds of bad shit is coming from these. And you can tell that it's coming from this because you're not hearing about it in the mainstream. They're not covering it. The juiciest story of all time, and they don't want it. Why not? Why would a starving dog not want a fresh piece of meat? Most mundane, smoking crack butt naked in the park is better than the jab. It is. I didn't say it wasn't. If somebody said you have to take this jab or smoke crack butt naked in the park. I only have to do it once. And this could be fun because I imagine crack is fun the first time. It's when you get addicted to it, you start selling all your possessions, stealing and sucking dick. That's where it gets problematic. But if I just had to smoke crack once, butt naked in the park, is it summertime, so it's warm at night? You better hand me that crack pipe. And I don't want to buy my own crack pipe. Give me one of those $33 million crack pipes that Biden gave out. Remember that? Over a year ago, spent $33 million taxpayer dollars to hand out crack pipes. I want one of those. I'm not buying a crack pipe. You give me the crack pipe that I've already paid for with my tax dollars. But yeah, fuck it, I'd do that. Smoking crack one time is not going to give you a blood clot that releases out of your leg and goes to your brain and kills you. So yeah, crack, butt naked, park, let's go. Let's see. Spunbrain65, thank you again. Your live stream frees you up for live streams after 6 p.m. PST. It does. And that's another thing. I got like tomorrow night on Double Impact, we'll be talking about True Lies, which I'm having a problem finding on Amazon. I was going to go in there and rent it, but none of the apps and stuff on there seem to have it. So I don't know where the fuck I'm going to find True Lies to watch before tomorrow night. If you guys know, let me know. Remember at the end, there's so many corny parts in that movie, but at the end where he's flying that Harrier and his daughter's on the front of it and he's holding onto it. Dana, I'm here. Hold on. Can't wait to see that shit. R.I.P. Bill Paxton. Damn it. Brendan Gerzalak, thank you. Somebody gets COVID after getting vaccinated, it should be called Pfizeritis. Mernitis. Yeah. And that's the thing. the vaccines are supposed to keep you from getting it. I got a polio vaccine. I never got polio. So why would I take the sweet and sour sniffles vaccine and still get the sweet sour sniffles? That doesn't sound like fun to me. Sounds like it's not working. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. Anders Hagberg, what's up, man? He says Jay Leno and Jericho Green, the best. That's good company. I'll take that. Yay! I'll take that. Spunbang 65, Schwanza. Yeah, man. Let's let's talk about that. Before we get into Happy Kwanzaa, let's get into Happy Schwanza. You're like, Jericho, what the fuck is Schwanza? I'll tell you what Schwanza is. I didn't know. I never knew until Nancy told me. Nancy Pelosi was like, yeah, Happy Schwanza. Yeah. Leonard S., thank you again. Walensky testified under oath that she did not know how many in the CDC had been jabbed. But you're out here making it your life's mission to make sure all of us are, and you don't know how many people in your own fucking building are jabbed. Come on. Come on. What does he say? Come on, man. Mandy Westcott. Mandy Westcott. Happy penises, everyone. All right. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, if you have a penis, hope it's happy. And if you're gonna get a penis, like ladies, if you're gonna run into a penis later, hope it's happy too. Hope it makes you happy. Yeah, Schwanz. Happy Schwanza. Let me find that dummy. Let me locate the dummy. Pelosi, you ain't shit, girl. You ain't shit. You are just drunk and unruly. Happy Schwanza. Happy. Hope you have a happy penis there. Leave it to her. Whoa, what the fuck is that? Ew. Come on, man. That was terrible. Ew. Hold on, I'm trying to find this shit. Come on now. What happened on my searches? What happened on my searches results? Man, I tell you. Some bullshit. Here we go. Find it right here. Oh man. Fucking Pence. That's so weird, man. Like, why? Why are you running and why now? That's just so strange, man. So anticlimactic. Like, I'm sure he thought he was going to be like, I announce it, and then his phone just going to be bzz, bzz, bzz. Mike, what, Mike? Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Poor Mike. Hold on. I'll find the Schwanza video. So weird. Why'd you do that, Nancy? And what was she trying to say? Like, what were you going for? I have a feeling that if she actually said what she meant to say, it wouldn't make any more sense than what she did say. If that makes sense. I feel like if she actually said what she wanted to, we'd be like, I still don't get it, Nancy. Still don't get it. So if I don't find it here, I'll try to pull it up on on YouTube. Because it was a couple days ago and I can't remember where I saw it. Actually, maybe it's in my messages. Yeah, it's probably in my messages. My DMs. Is that your DMs? The direct message? Do you DM me? Let's see. Oh my goodness. Well, guys, I got a lot of fucking DMs here. Saw a story about, or saw where Rick James was telling a story about um, swallowing crack. So that was fun. People post the craziest shit online. Oh, man, I'm trying to find that shit. All right, fuck it. I'll look for it on YouTube. Happy fucking Nancy. So not only is she old as baseball, she's drunk too. Uh-oh. 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 Schwanza.
Be safe, and wish everyone a happy, healthy, and safe New Year. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. Whatever it is you celebrate, be safe, and wish everyone a happy, healthy, and safe New Year. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. Whatever it is you celebrate.
Drunk. Happy Schwanza, guys. Schwanza, you know, the big three: Christmas, Hanukkah, and Schwanza. Happy Schwanza. See what happens? See what happens when you go to work drunk? Oh, nothing's going to happen if you go to work drunk, Jericho. Look, she just showed you. Nancy Pelosi just showed you what happens when you go to work drunk. You say shit like, Happy Schwanza. Why did she catch herself? That's the thing. I fuck up on words all the time, but I usually catch myself. I don't know, man. Rodwell, Merry Schwissmas. Oh, happy Schwanica. My goodness, man. So what do you expect? What'd you learn from that, kids? Don't go to work drunk. Do not. Spunbearing 65, thank you again. He says, Schwanza, mix 1 liter vodka to 8 parts, whatever. Just a vodka. So a Schwanza drink is just a vodka straight up. No ice either. You're not going to have that ice melt and dilute my pop-off vodka. Uh-uh. A Schwanza drink is pop-off vodka. That's it. That's it. Stop right there. Well, shit. I mean, since we're getting holiday salutations from the elderly, why don't we just keep the party going? Hmm? Here we go. What's that, Sloppy Joe? Hit it.
Rich heritage of African Americans, which is deep in the story of our nation. In 2023, it's our hope that we'll all remember the wisdom of the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, especially the values of unity and faith, as we work to make the promise of our nation real in the lives of every American.
May your Kwanzaa be blessed with hope, peace, and light.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is you celebrate, be safe. Thank you. Happy holidays.
What? Like Biden, Jill Biden, and Joe Biden, like they know shit about the 7 whatevers of Kwanzaa. Like they know anything about that shit. All they know is what they've put in front of those giant cue cards or those giant teleprompters in front of them. They don't know a damn man. Holy shit. But there's another one where they're talking about where we remember the hard times, like all this fucked up shit. How is that celebration if you're remembering the hard times? Man, oh man. Thank you for this comedy gold. Thank you for this comedy gold that we are about to receive. Oh, Kamala Harris. Why are you doing a happy Kwanzaa? You ain't black. Oh my goodness. I guess Indian people can celebrate it too, because that's what she is. That's what she is. Well, that's what she is sometimes. Other times she's black, but sometimes she's Indian. Come on, YouTube. Man, YouTube don't have shit. Get out of here, YouTube. I'm done with you. I am done with you. But let's keep it in the holiday spirit. Now, this is something that I didn't see. I saw the story, but I haven't seen the video. So I think I found the video. And apparently, Vladimir Putin is not playing that woke Western civilization, let's turn everything upside down that got us here bullshit. He came out with a movie or a commercial. So let's see. I haven't watched it yet, so I'm gonna react to it live with you guys. Oh my god. J954, thank you again. JG, YouTube has deleted at least 5 supers from your subs. Please have your admin tell everyone how to get a refund through Google. Okay, I didn't know that. I'll do that. If one of the mods want to send me an email, I'll look into that. Let's see. But we're going to see what they're doing during Christmas over there in Russia. What's the message they're sending out? What's Russia up to? Because, evil, dictator. So let's see. Guess I got to stay on the page. Got the alphabet soup group book there. Got 2 dudes. Was that 2 dudes in the picture? Ew, that's definitely 2 dudes. Ew. And that's a little boy, girl. Just the way they want. You can't even tell. Oh, somebody doesn't want to be like that. Dear Russian Santa, please get me out of here with these crazy guys who are trying to make me a fucking weirdo. Please get me out of here, please. Take me to a safe place. Here comes Santa Putin. I will help you, little boy. I will go upstairs and kick their asses for you, little guy. Damn. Damn. Yes. Yes. That's the best commercial I've ever seen. Wow. Wow. That was great. That was great. So what was that? That was a little boy who was obviously being pushed in a direction he didn't want to go. Lord German husband, yes, interesting, very. You saw a little boy went to the mirror and he took that tiara or whatever that was out of his head, out of his hair. I don't want this. This is not who I want to be. I'm forced to be like this. And it goes around the apartment. You see the LGBT alphabet soup group books. You see the picture of dad and all this shit. No toys around. No boy toys around. Just being shoved down the path of being a little girl, that androgynous Ku Klux Klan shit. And the kid didn't want it. The kid was rejecting it. But he's powerless. What are you going to do when you have both of your parents doing that to you? So after they set the scene and you see what this little boy is dealing with, and you see that the little boy doesn't like it, and he lays down and you see what he's wrapped up in, like some kind of Afghan fucking shawl. And so he tries to go to sleep, and as he's falling asleep, he sees Santa. Santa comes, and he's giving him presents, and Santa's leaving him some soccer cleats. He left him a soccer ball. He left him a little drum set. He left him some cars. And if you notice, what he took away was, he took away the books. He changed. He changed the picture from two dads to a mom and a dad. He put a woman next to put a woman's picture over one of the guys' picture. So it was now a picture of a woman and a man. You know, the only two people on earth who could make a baby. And he goes outside. There's layers to this shit. Then he goes outside and looks through the window, and you see that this kid is happy. He's like, yes, thank you, Santa. Merry Christmas. Thank you for saving me. Because what do they tell you? When two members of the alphabet soup group want to adopt a kid, what do they tell you? The kid is going to be loved. All it takes is love. He's going to get love. Love doesn't cut it. This type of shit can also happen. I think if two gay people adopt a kid, that's selfish. You're not looking out for the best interest of that kid. You're putting that kid in a bad position. Kids get teased enough on the playground if you come from a normal home. What do you think is going to happen once those kids find out when he's in about sixth grade that you got two daddies? It's going to be a little extra on that kid, isn't it? That kid's going to have a little extra to deal with, and that kid's going to be lacking things that he needs at home, like a mother and a father and their influence and their guidance and their lessons. You don't get that if you got two moms and two dads. Just don't happen that way. You're being selfish. You're trying to satiate yourself. You're trying to fill some hole that's in you or something. I don't know what you're doing, but you're not doing it for the child. You're not raising these kids to give them love and guidance and put productive members into society. You're just doing this for yourself. And that's what was happening to that little kid. And my favorite part of that is them showing that the little boy is rejecting it. Because so often you think, or they want you to think that the kids are okay with it. Whatever mom and dad wants to do, or mom or dad and dad want to do, it's okay with the kids. Those of you with kids know kids don't always want to do what mom and daddy want them to do. It's a struggle. So why wouldn't it be the same if you got two dads or two moms? The kid's not going to want that. There's going to be a struggle, an unnecessary struggle. Mike Herrera, hilarious. Yeah, that don't work. Just ding, ding, ding. That doesn't work. So then he starts putting toys that little boys like. Soccer balls, drums, loud things that require contact and motion and noise. That's how they are. But that little boy wasn't getting that. And nobody was checking in on that little boy. Nobody was thinking, maybe that little boy doesn't want that. Maybe he doesn't like that. Maybe they're going against nature. But if that little kid, if both parents are beating him over the head with that shit and submerging him in that, where's his recourse? Who is he going to go to? In a normal situation, you would go to your parents, but he can't in that situation because they're both fucking crazy. And just to put that shit out there. Oh, man, it's just so fucked up. That, if somebody made a commercial like that in America, and nobody's being rude, nobody's being mean. He just came in, took those away, put those there. That's it. Didn't say a word. Not one word was spoken in that commercial. But it spoke volumes. That's the greatest commercial I've ever seen. In today's times, of the bullshit we're dealing with, man. Captain Tight Pinkman, that's what I'm talking about. Dad and dad docking is normal. That's what they want it to be. That's what they want it to be. Oh my goodness, could you? Oh, no, thank you, man. That's so fucked up. Poor kids. But that commercial was amazing. Dude, he fucking came in with the soccer cleats, a soccer ball, a drum set, and say, "Here, let me put this picture of lady over the man because this is gross." Oh man, that is so funny. Greatest commercial ever. J954, thank you again. Yo, JG, this is D Wade. Like D Wade's life to a T. Repulsive as fuck. Yeah, man, it's gross. Except, just like that commercial, no one's checking in on that boy. They're just assuming that, he must be down with it. He's at the photo shoots. He's wearing the lip gloss and the dresses. He must be cool with it. And what are the chances of that? Think about it, guys. A 15-year-old is cool, is on the same page about something with his parents. When I was 15, I didn't want people to know I had parents. I wanted people to think I was the first 15-year-old to live on his own and provide for himself. I didn't want my parents were uncool. The way they dress, the way they talk, the way they look, just your presence. I don't want to be around you. Don't pick me up here. Pick me up 9 miles down the road from school. Don't kiss me goodbye. Get a new vehicle. Get some new clothes. Why do you talk like that? Why do you act like that? You're an embarrassment. But they found the only 15-year-old was like, yeah, mom and dad, what do you want to do? What do you want me to do? That sounds cool. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do what my fucking uncool, embarrassing ass parents want me to do. Let's hang out. Let's go hang out at this photo shoot and we can work together. I can come on your TV show. This is awesome. I'm 15 years old and I love to hang around my parents. Bullshit. That boy, if he saw this commercial, he'd be like, man, I wish Santa Putin would come save me. Rex Rocker, it's not gay if your balls don't touch. Rex, shoot me an email, man. I got to break some shit to you. I got to break some really bad news to you, man. Been living a lie, and I don't want to see that anymore. Most mundane. Jericho was too cool for parents. I thought I was, but that didn't make them leave me alone. They were still there every fucking time I turn around. There you are. Do you know how bad I wanted my parents, when I go to my friend's house or something, and they were like, oh man, I remember going to my buddy AJ's house one time, and it was me and a couple other friends. We walk into his house, and there's a note and money on the kitchen table. We're going to be gone for a few days. Here's some money. What? And he was sad. He was sad about it. You always want what you don't have. He wanted our life of our parents always being there, being up our ass about shit, checking on us, and rules and regulations. Your parents always there. He wanted that. We wanted what he has. We wanted to come home, find money and a note on on the table, and our parents were fucking gone for 3 days. That would have been amazing. I would have loved that shit. Get your uncool asses out of town. But Zion Wade, he's the first 15-year-old that wants to be buddy-buddy with his folks. I don't think so. I don't think so. I would love to be home by myself. Get out of here. Mean Dean. My stepmom had a 1976 AMC Pacer. I would have her drop me off 2 to 3 blocks away from wherever she would take me. I remember that. I remember that. My parents never went. My dad was retired. That motherfucker was always home. Every time I come home, why are you always here? Shit. Ivan Adams, 4th time trying to super chat. Man, I don't know, man. Like I said, I'll hit up admin. I don't know what to tell you. I'm really sorry about that. It's fucked up. Shit, man. My parents never went nowhere. Check this out. I will see your 1976 AMC Pacer, and I will raise you a 88 Dodge Ram pickup truck. Now you say to yourself, Jericho, what's wrong with a 1988 Dodge Ram pickup truck? I'll tell you, and I may have the year wrong, but it is a Dodge pickup truck. We lived near Fort Ord, California. Fort Ord was a basic training facility for the Army. It's still there, but it's now, it has a 99-year lease. The California State University Monterey Bay, so it's a college campus, most of it. But the other part is still just an old dilapidated military base. And when they closed in 94, so maybe it was in 1990 or 91. Anyway, it was a fucking Dodge pickup truck, but I haven't got to the best part yet. When they were closing, they had an auction, and you could go there and buy some of the old military vehicles. My dad went there and bought a 89, 90, whatever Dodge Ram pickup truck, but it was painted camouflage because it belonged to the Army. So not only did my dad buy a camouflage old military truck, and let's see, in 1994, I was 14. I was a freshman in high school. Your parents are never more embarrassing than when you're in high school. He bought a camouflage painted old Dodge pickup truck. Then here's what he did. Here's the real kick in the social nuts. Here's what brought my social high school score down. He put sideboards on that bitch. You know what sideboards are? You take a big ass piece of plywood and you put a 2x4 here and here. So you got 2 2x4s in the middle, one closer to one end, one closer to the other end. And you put that 2x4, there's little holes along the top of the edge of the bed of a truck. And he put the 2x4s down in there. So that's holding the fucking wooden sideboards on this truck. And he's picking me up from football practice. in this fucking thing. Do you know how fast I would get my equipment together and run to that truck before anybody saw me? And here's the problem. Yes, Dynamite, Fred Sanford style. My dad had this much give a fuck about what people thought about him in his body. He didn't have any. We took him to the hospital, got him a give a fuck MRI, and it came back negative. He had none in him. So for me to tell my dad, Dad, can you drop me off down here? What, for what? You embarrassed? Oh my God. It's better off if I don't say anything than tell my dad, I'm embarrassed by you. Because to me, as a 14-year-old dad, you're embarrassing me, my friends, the girls, whatever. But to your father, what he's hearing is, if you tell him that, you're telling him, I'm embarrassed by what you provide for me. I'm embarrassed by the hard work you put in to provide for my punk ass. All right? That's what your parents are going to hear. I'm embarrassed by your efforts. Oh my goodness. I would look up around the end of practice and see that fucking truck pulling into the driveway to the parking lot. Oh, that shit was so embarrassing. If I had an embarrassment meter, the shit would have broke and it would have been smoking. Oh, you fucker. But I love my dad, and I would trade a million times being dropped off in front of my friends in that piece of shit truck for 5 more minutes with them. Man, that shit embarrassed me so bad. Here he comes. Here he comes. You son of a bitch. J954, thank you again. In all seriousness, JG, I'm in recovery for alcohol, and it's a struggle every day. Your show gives me strength and motivation to be sober, one day at a time. Hey, man, congratulations to you for making it through yesterday. And I hope you make it through today. And I hope you stick with your sobriety, man. And to put a smile on somebody's face, that's great, man. I'm honored. I'm humbled that I could be a bright spot, you know, in anybody's day, and especially when you're dealing with something so serious as that. But I think as long as you keep the attitude of you're still in recovery and it's one day at a time, I think you'll be all right, man. I really do. Because that's what it's going to take. This is going to be an issue forever. And you made it through yesterday. You're halfway through today. Here comes tomorrow, man. I'm happy for you. Keep it up. I really am. Charles Barker, alcoholics unanimous. No. That's when you get a bunch of alcoholics together. Everybody in the group, all alcoholics, it's unanimous. I think you're thinking of Alcoholics Anonymous. You see that, J954? This comment section can't keep it together for one fucking second. Oh my goodness. But congratulations, man. You keep that shit going. Just build on it. Keep building. Keep it up. Oh man, my dad was the most embarrassing motherfucker ever. He didn't care. That's the thing. He did not care. He didn't give a damn what nobody thought about him. Oh my goodness. Exactly, J954. I knew you would. He says, I love the play. You know it was coming. You knew it was coming. That's true. Lord German has been, though, the play comments makes everyone happy. Forsaken life. Appreciate that. Appreciate that shit. I'll think of some other ones, man. My dad embarrassed me all the fucking time. He didn't, we weren't trying to. He was just him and did not give a shit what anybody thought. And I wish I was more like him in a lot of ways. Spunberg 65 says I quit Marlboros at 34. Congratulations. Quitting smoking, that shit ain't easy. Now, I've said this before, and I believe it to the day I die. I've heard people say on TV, and I've heard people say in real life, that quitting cigarettes is harder than quitting heroin. I don't believe that. I do. That's impossible. Dynamite, congratulations. I'm going on 11 years. I'm going on 11 years of not smoking. But I'd still I could say I guess I'd still want a cigarette. I don't struggle with it. I haven't bought a cigarette and put it in my mouth and hold the lighter like, no, I can't do it. It's never come to that shit. But I've when I watch a movie or something and I see somebody smoking, I'm like, oh man, that looks good. And you reminisce, you think about cigarettes and the best time to have one. When you're drunk, that's the best time to have a cigarette because you don't even feel them. It's puffing away. But yeah, it's hard to do, but it ain't nowhere near. I've never done heroin, so I don't have anything to compare it to. But I'm gonna assume that quitting cigarettes is not as hard as quitting fucking heroin. Don't you get sick and like throw up if you don't get it in the morning? I never got sick from not having a cigarette, and I never wanted to sell my body for a cigarette. Careless. Jericho, my mom taught at my middle school and interrupted one of my classes to beat me because I was acting up. Damn. Your mom had extra no give a fuck because she worked there and still didn't care. Whew. Man, you didn't get away with shit, did you, Careless? You didn't get away with nothing. I had a couple of friends whose mom was a principal at their high school. They couldn't walk down the hallway in the wrong direction without their mom finding out. Oof. DMW 24/7 TV, man. Congratulations. He says, I tried 3 times, finally got a year. That shit is hard. It is hard, for sure. I used the patch. It is hard to do, but not as hard as a fucking heron. That's tough. That's a rough lifestyle. John James, I had withdrawals from pain pills and county jail. Shit and puking for 3 days. Been sober ever since. Good for you, man. And I hope you're sober from going to jail too. Meaning, hope you quit doing that. Stay out. There's a lot more freedom here. And only butt sex is if you want it out here. In there, nope. Anders Hagberg, is snuff legal in the U.S.? I know it used to be. I don't know. Does anybody still snuff? Fuck, that's old school, man. Concuss. I just don't do heroin. Same here, man. Some things I just don't do, and heroin's one of them. Careless. I don't know if you heard this story, but one time I was in second grade, Mr. Dutro's class, George Dutro. He looked like Tom Selleck. Good-looking dude, had a big-ass mustache. And, now that I look back on it, now that I'm an adult, other teachers be flirting and shit. Hey, George, and all this shit. But I was in Mr. Dutro's second grade class. And I had a problem all throughout school getting notes sent home. Jericho is disrupting the class. He's a pleasure to have in class, meaning he's a nice kid. He's polite, but he's disrupting the class. I even got I got an A+, and one of my 8th grade teachers, Mrs. Dick. Yeah, imagine how tough it was. The first day in class, she goes, "No, my husband's name is not Harry." It's the first thing she said to us. Imagine you're an 8th grade teacher and your last name Dick. Poor lady. And so she gave me an A+ in her class, and then she put student not performing up to potential. It's A+ as high as I can go, lady. But I was getting in trouble in class, and I got like 2 notes sent home. And my mom told me, if you get another note sent home, I'm going to come up to that school and whoop your ass. And I thought, you ain't going to take no day off of work and come up to the school and whoop my ass. That just, to my 7-year-old mind, that just seemed like a lot for a note home from school. You're not going to do that. But I figured if I get another note from school, I'll get an ass whooping, but it'll be at home. So what does Mr. Consistency do? I went ahead and got another note sent home. It was like a day or 2 later. And my mom, she gets the note, she reads it. George is disrupting the class. It was like on a pink piece of paper or something, where they get a copy and you get a copy. And I remember my mom looked at me and said, "You remember what I told you?" And I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, fuck, she is going to do it. So I don't know how many days went by. It could have been the next day. I don't even fucking remember. But that next day at school, I was the model student. And I kept looking over my shoulder. Every time a shadow would go by the door like this, every time I heard footsteps, because I knew she's coming. So after this all day long, looking behind me, we finally, at school, we would line up against the wall outside the classroom. Mr. Dutro would take final roll call to make sure nobody got away at lunchtime. And then we go out to the playground for recess. Once you hear the bell, all the kids head to the buses or whatever and go home. So I figure if I make it out to that field, I don't care if my mom comes out on the playground. I'm just going to be doing my best Barry Sanders to juke her and stay out of her way until I get home. I'll take all that ass whooping in the privacy of my own home, but I do not want to get my ass whooped at school in front of all my friends. So we go through the whole day and we all line up against the wall at the end of the day. And all I have to do is get through Mr. Dutro taking roll and I'm free. So Mr. Dutro's taking roll call and I'm like, come on, get to my name. Hurry up. Let's get through this shit. And I hear the familiar sound. You know those flat slippers, them open-toed slippers? It's like cushy on top, but the bottom is just like a flat piece of plastic. And you walk and it would slap against the bottom of your mom's feet. I heard that, but that was a sound I only heard at home because my mom, she worked at the DMV. She was a nurse. She was professional. My mom didn't do damn house shoes out in public, sweatpants, pajamas. My mom didn't play that shit. When she left the house, she looked appropriate for wherever she was going. So it threw me for a second. I know that sound, but I only hear that sound at home. It couldn't be. And I look over. And who is coming down the hall? My mother. And she has on red sweatpants, her house shoes. I remember she had this flannel that had like dark blue and red and yellow in it. And she had a bandana in her hair. Like she was at home doing housework. And my mom did not leave the house like this. So I don't know if she was trying to send a message that no matter my condition, I will come up here and lay down the rod of correction. I don't know what it was. That wasn't my concern. But there were two hallways, one on this side, one on this side. There was grass in the middle. So she's coming down the right hallway. I head down the left. And I'm like, fuck, where am I going to go? I'll go to the principal's office. Once I'm in the principal's office, there's no way my mom's going to whoop my ass in front of the principal because my principal, Mr. Allen, who I later in life became somewhat buddies with, but at the time, I was a second grader. He was a principal. So that wasn't the deal. So I figured Mr. Allen, he won't you can't let a parent whoop a kid's ass at school. Isn't he bound by some kind of oath or something? I shit you not. I get to Mr. Allen's office and I just barge in. I didn't say nothing to the secretary, Mrs. Falk. I didn't say nothing to her. I just blew right in there and knocked on his door and went in his office. And Mr. Allen looks up at me like, what the fuck are you doing here? I said, Mr. Allen, my mom is here. She's going to whoop me at school. No sooner I said those words than my mom appeared in the doorway behind me. And Mr. Allen looks at her. He must have saw the seriousness on her face because Mr. Allen, instead of coming to my aid, which I thought he was going to say, ma'am, you cannot whoop your child on school property. You must take him home, which is what I was hoping for. I wasn't going to get out of the ass whooping. I just didn't want it to take place at school. And I thought he was going to say that. But it turns out it was 1987 and parents were still allowed to do whatever the fuck they wanted to you. Mr. Allen looked up, grabbed his shit, his briefcase, turned off the light on his desk, and said, oh, I see you have something to take care of. Mr. Allen! That motherfucker walked out of the office and closed the door behind him. My mom walked over, closed the blinds, and tore my ass up. Then she leaves me in the office and says, take the bus home. You ain't even going to give me a ride home? Sure didn't. Came on site, school grounds, whooped my ass, and left me to get a ride home on the bus. Like that. I'm telling you. Cold shit. J954, thank you again. So I used to smoke a pack a day in my early 20s. Quit cold turkey, no problem. Detoxing from alcohol is straight horror. Hallucinations, shaking, it's hell. Damn. Well, you made it, man. All that shit's behind you. All that shit is just a story to tell now. DMW 24/7 TV. No, Mr. Allen did not want my damn smoke. I didn't want him to take my smoke. Just delay the smoke to my house. No, Mr. Allen didn't do that shit. And now a great dude. I used to where I used to work. He would come in all the time. I talked to him, but that fool left me out to dry. Yeah, Lori Ann Trader. You son of a bitch. Man. Careless said, Jericho, all I remember was all the girls in the class having their hands over their mouths in shock for me getting beat by my mom. The horror. Somebody help him. That teacher was like, hell no, I might get hit too. Oh, man. Mean D. My dad became friends with my junior high school principal, signed a document allowing him to use a paddle on me back in the 80s. So I'm telling you, man. 81, 83, the 80s were hard times. Yeah, Henry, my mom was great for that. And I know that now she wasn't doing it to, I mean, of course it was punishment, but she was also delivering a message that, number one, I'm going to keep my word. If I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it, no matter I might miss out on work or whatever. I'm going to do what I tell you I'm going to do. And number two, you behaving yourself and being a good person is more important to me than anything else. I'm going to raise a good son. My mom tell me there's enough sorry men in the world. I'm not going to put another one out there. And so by any means, that's what was going to happen. And I believe they did that. But at the time, oh, shit. My mom straight came down the hall and I was like, no, that's not. Is it? That is her. I know that. I know that woman anywhere. Oh, man. Red Bunny 1024. He wasn't going to stop a mad mom. Nah, man. If he did, my mom would have called my dad. It's all bad for everybody. Man. Yeah, Ivan Adams, I picked my own switch many times. My mom would hand me a pocket knife. Start walking down the road till you find a good one. Weapon X, JG, did you ever do Ninja Warrior status trying to avoid that ass whooping from moms or pops? Yeah, man, I was a fucking Cirque du Soleil would have looked at me and been amazed. The contortion I could do to try to avoid getting an ass whooping and try to run around furniture or something like that. I remember the last ass whooping I got when I was 14. My parents whooped my ass together. I'll tell you that story sometime. My mom and dad whooped my ass at the same time. Tag team. But usually in a tag team, one of them leaves the ring. No, they both stayed in there. Believe that shit. J954, again, thank you, man. He says, Happy New Year. Thank you for making us laugh every day. You guys make me laugh too. This is not a one-way transaction. Dolly Shortcake, I didn't miss it. I saw your Hamilton up there. Give me time, girl. No, I get a lot of laughs from you guys too. You guys are fucking hilarious. Oh man. Like after J954 telling us, the serious thing in his life, and then Charles Barker being like, alcoholics unanimous? All that neck buddy shit. Man, come on. I get plenty of laughs from this too. So two-way street. I do have plans to do like a 2022 wrap-up poem, just going over all the shiznit from this year. I think it's going to be a good one. Dolly Shortcake, thank you for the Hamilton miss. My mom drove a school bus car, and she once pulled up in front of school with the lights on to drop me off. Oh, never forget. Whoo! Whoo, man. That's a tough one. Damn, with the lights on. That's social death. You died as a child in the world of popularity. You died that day. Oh my goodness. Golly. I mean, you just fucking you just don't know the level of embarrassment when you're a teenager with your parents. Oh my God, my mom, when she would drop me off, give me a kiss. Mom, give me a kiss. Meaning, give me a kiss or I'm going to make it worse. No, give me a real kiss. It's like, so, oh, here you go. Give me a real kiss. That's funny. Shirley, Jericho, do you do stand-up comedy or any open mics? No, I've never done that. Never had that. I've never been anywhere where there was an open mic. Like if I was somewhere and they were like, open mic, I might try it. But never have. That cherry has not been popped. Spunberry 65, thank you again. If you picked me a real whip for your, they wouldn't do it. It's like all creepy, you dummy. I picked some real switches. One time my friend told me, pick a small one. And I was like, nah, I feel like that would be worse. But I didn't pick no big old fucking, fucking bullwhip one either. Because what are them damn switch plants? You know what I'm talking about. You find them a lot around water. And there's these tall ass things, and the branches will be like this sometimes, fucking huge. But those are the greatest switch making trees in the world. They should all be burned. I wish all those trees were destroyed before I was a child, so I didn't get my ass whipped with them. But then again, my parents would have found something else to whip my ass with. I got a lot of the belt treatment too. Willow trees. Oh man, don't say that. You give me PTSD. I shouldn't even have asked. No, Sarah Croy. She said bamboo. Fuck no, girl. Who were you getting beat with? I didn't get beat with no bamboo. But willows. Ooh wee. I mean, I got some good ones. Some classic ass whoopings. J954, again, thank you, man. So I was a nerd in high school. My mom asked a 20-year-old dime piece waitress at a familiar diner to go to prom with me. I had to leave mid-meal. 20-year-old scar. Hey, man, your mom was trying to hook you up. Not only was she fine, but she made her own money. Oh, your mom, man, she tried to hook you up, man. Hey, got this young man over here needs a date. What you want to do? How big do you want your tip to be, girl? Huh? How big you want this tip to be? Oh, man. Kayla says most kids in my hood got beat with fan belts from cars. Yeah, I mean, I've seen my dad snatched a radiator hose out on me one time. The extension cord, hanger, wooden spoon, belt, switch. I'm trying to think all the things I've seen. Shoes. My cousin one time, my aunt took a plastic coat hanger and hit him right here. The shit cut him. He started bleeding. Yeah, I've seen some bad shit, man. Oh, chanclas. Yeah, my Mexican friends their parents had them fucking, man, them thick ass Jesus slippers and sandals. Them sandals were from biblical times. That orange, reddish leather. Yeah, man, I seen some of my Mexican friends get fucked up with those. Them chanclas. Them chanclas could probably stop a bullet. That's how thick that fucking leather was. Golly, yeah, I've seen that happen before too. I've seen my friends get slapped up. Yeah, see some cold shit out there as a kid. Now the parents just want to rub their back and give them their car keys so their kids don't get mad at them. Fuck that. My parents couldn't care less if I was mad at them. Sergeant D is 70s hairbrush. Yeah, I've gotten the hairbrush treatment too. I think my mom broke a hairbrush on me one time. And none of those could compare to my dad's hand. I don't know if my dad's hand was 60 grit or 80 grit sandpaper, but it was rough and it traveled at high speeds. That's all I remember. Wetworks 57, timeout. Yeah, timeout my ass. Well, no timeout. The only timeout was the time I'm out of this room to go grab a belt to come back and whoop your ass with it. That was the only timeout. Hot Wheels tracks. Yep, seen that too. Yep. Oh yeah, Ivan Adams. I'm gonna give you something to cry about, give you something to be mad about. Yep. Plenty of times. Stop all that crying. Yep. Yep. I remember my friend and I, shout out to Dave, man. We were like 8 years old. And I was staying over at my parents. I think they went somewhere for a few days, and I was staying at his house. So we put on all the underwear we had. We put on so much underwear, it was like a cast. And then we did something to get in trouble so we could get an ass whooping to see if we put enough underwear on to stop it from hurting. It was dumb shit. Oh, man. All right. I didn't mean to drudge up too much childhood trauma, but we all got it. So, yeah, thank you, guys. What a great stream this was. Appreciate it. And tomorrow, hump day, not that hump, but that could be any day. Middle of the week, it's almost over. Spunbank 65, it did work. It did work. The ones that hit us on the ass, but parents aren't always marksmen with that belt. Yeah, he was like, what the hell? Dad was like, why aren't you crying? Good times, man. Thank you guys for being here. You guys thank me for making you laugh. Thank you for making me laugh. But I got to go finish. I got to go pick up my wife's other Christmas present, and then I'm going to finish doing that chore that she did not want to do. That will definitely pay off in the future. Let's see. The Ferg, young boys are retarded. Yes. Any man who denies that is lying to you. Little boys are dummies. They're dirty. And when they get together, they get even dumber. Believe that shit. Me and my friend David used to do, oh man, the ramps we would build and the hills we would go down, man, we just did some stupid shit. And I really see that with my son and my daughter. My daughter's, ew, no, get away from me. Stop, it's dirty. My daughter is like, what was Stacey Dash's character from Clueless? She wants a purse on her arm and expensive stuff around her. My son, totally different. Animal. You could drop my son off in any century on a battlefield, and he would be fine. He would be totally fine. He would learn the lay of the land, the water sources, and he would get the animals under his command soon. Spunbank 65, Tarzan shit. My son is Tarzan. I got a picture of him from camping this summer. He's standing on a fallen tree with no shirt on, howling. My son would be fine. No weapons, no training. Just drop him there. His natural instincts will kick in, and he will be at the top of the food chain in a week. My daughter, not so much. She'll be on top of something, screaming, saying, get that away from me. That's all right. All right, guys. You were great. I was great. We were great. Rattle Trap, 1970. I sure hope I did, man. That's my only goal in this world. My only one. J954, again, thank you, man. 2023 Neck Buddy Bobblehead, LOL. Love you, JG. I'm out. Me too. I'm working on it, believe me. Oh, Joe Beard, come on, man. You didn't learn shit, did you? He said the worst thing I did while getting a whooping was I laughed. Dude, that's rule number 1 to ass whooping class. Never laugh. I never had that opportunity because none of my ass whoopings were funny. None of them. But, oh, man, that's the classic mistake, bruh. Oh, shit. You laughed? I hope you learn. Hope you learn and hope you don't have any scars, whether physical or mental, from that. DMW 24/7 TV, man. We'll catch you tomorrow. Catch you all tomorrow. Damn it, say it with me. You know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and MyGreenGear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man up. Ow.